What's happening, YouTube land? Today I'm going to go and do a comparison between the Vocaster Hub using the enhancements for EQing and processing versus the filters in OBS. We'll go through the differences between each and see which sounds better and go from there. And again, all this stuff, if you were to do it, is dependent on your style, your voice, and what you like. I've got mine. I set it up for me. So you take that and learn from that. So if that is something that you're interested in, stick around. All right, so what I've done is I've set up some scenes in OBS so that I can show you and put everything on the screen at the same time. And we can go through the different settings in the OBS filters and in the Vocaster Hub. So let's go ahead and jump into that. And what we've got is up on the screen is the Vocaster Hub and the filters for OBS. So in OBS, in the filters, if you look, I've got a limiter and noise suppression. I'm almost always going to have those on. The limiter, especially because it's just preventing me from clipping. Neither of these really affects the sound of my voice. They just stop background noise and keep you from peaking. So we're going to leave those on. I do have a de-esser in here. If you notice, I've got limiter, noise suppression, noise gate. Noise gate I don't use as often. It works. It just sometimes gets a little funky and it cuts off the beginning and ends of things. And then I've got a de-esser, which is just set to take out sibilants. I'm not using it currently because I've been noticing that when I use it, it kind of has like a muffled sound. I'll go ahead and put it on real quick. And now you can see the difference between those two. This isn't bad. I just... when I put it back on, it's like it gives me a little more clarity. And this is what I consider a little clearer, crisper, maybe, if you will. So then I've got another VST plugin that I downloaded and put in here, Marvel GEQ. And then the 3-band equalizer is the built-in equalizer in OBS, and it works really good. This is what I've got in there. I keep mine, the highs set at 3 decibels. The mids, I leave at 0, and the lows I put at 3.1 decibels. I'll go ahead and slide those around just so you can see the difference between the two. If I was to take the highs and drop them right out, this is what it sounds like with the highs completely taken away. This is about, a quarter of the way up, about 3/4 of the way up, and this is with the highs completely cranked up. So like I said, I usually go around 3. And the mids, let's go ahead and drop that down. And this is with the mids completely cut out. And then I'll go back up. This is about the middle. And this is with the mids turned up really high. I don't really like that, so I don't do that. I don't do that. Let me get it back down to 0 where I want it. And then we've got the lows. This is where I keep it, 3.1. I'll go ahead and drop those down. And this is what it sounds like when you take the lows completely out of the 3-band EQ in OBS. And this is about a quarter of the way up with the lows. This is about halfway up with the lows. 3/4 of the way up with the lows. And this is what it's like with the lows completely turned up. So I'll go ahead and put that back down where I want it. And there it is. Oh. I'm an idiot. I didn't even turn it on. All right. So, oh, son of a bitch. All right, so I've shown you all that stuff. Let me go ahead and just turn it on. And this is what it sounds like with the 3-band EQ turned on in OBS. I think it does a really good job. Let's just we'll listen to it with the highs dropped down. This is with the highs completely taken out. This is with the highs about a quarter of the way up, roughly halfway up, 3/4 of the way up with the highs, and this is with the highs completely turned up. Let me go ahead and put that back down where I keep it. All right, and we'll move on to the mids. The mids, I keep at 0. This is with the mids about a quarter of the way. This is with the mids all the way turned down. This is with the mids about 3/4 of the way up, and I can see it's peaking bad. And this is with the mids all the way cranked up. I don't like that, so I don't do that. Let's go ahead and put that back where I keep it. And this is where I keep it. On to the lows. The lows, if you take, I keep them at 3.1. Drop those down all the way, and this is what it's like when you take the lows completely out. This is about halfway with the lows. And this is what it sounds like with the lows all the way up. It looks like it's peaking, so I hope I'm not hurting your ears. Put that back down where I keep it. And there you go. That's the 3-band EQ built in to OBS. You don't have to download that. You just got to go over to here. Can you see it? Yeah. You click the plus sign and then just choose. It's got 3-band EQ, compressor. I've uploaded a NDI in there. Expander, gain, invert polarity, limiter, noise gate, noise suppression, upward compressor, and then also the VST. So if you download a VST plugin, you're going to click on this. And then once it opens up, you'll be able to go into it and find, browse for the plugin that you downloaded to your computer, and it'll pull it in and you can use it that way. So that's the 3-band EQ. Let's go ahead and move on to the Marvel GEQ. All right, and right here is the Marvel. Now this one, I have not dove completely into it and taught myself all the different features of it. What I do is it's got right over here in the left corner, you can see presets. I use the presets and then I just tweak them if I need to. And currently it is on brighter and bassy. This is the one that I usually go to. I'll go ahead and move on to the next one. This is presence, and you're not seeing the window pop up when I pull down that drop down menu. I apologize. It's because it is a separate window and I'm doing a window share to bring this on. So this is brighter. This is presence. I'm sorry. This is presence. And we'll move along to side bass removal. And this is side bass removal. Again, you can pick any one of these and then tweak to get it to where you like it. You don't have to stick with it just the way it is. And all right, let's go to the next, which is mids boost. And this is mids boost. This is what it sounds like on mids boost. I don't really care for that one that much, but let's move on to lo-fi. This is lo-fi, and I believe it's just kind of curving all the highs down, starting at the end, all the way down, and then kind of gradually coming up. So that is lo-fi. And the last but not least is ultra bass boost. Sounded funny when I said ultra. I don't know what I did. This is ultra bass boost, and this is how it sounds. Again, if you don't like this, you can adjust these independently and change it to what you do like. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back on brighter and bassy. And we are on brighter and bassy. I do want to try something real quick. So we've shown you everything in the filters. That's where we're at. We'll go ahead and move on to the Vocaster Hub, and then afterwards, I'm going to combine the two and see how that sounds. So let's go ahead and turn this off, and then we will go over here to the Vocaster Hub, and we have no enhancements turned on. So let's go ahead and jump right into radio mode, and this is radio mode on the Vocaster Hub. And I've done a tutorial showing the Vocaster Hub, so I'm not going to dive deep into like the EQing of each one of the settings in it. This is just a comparison between this and the filters in OBS. So let's move along to clean. This is clean in the Vocaster Hub. What do you think of that? Does it sound clean? Does it sound all polished? All right, we'll move on to warm. Warm, this is warm, and does it sound warm? Does it give you the warm fuzzies inside? It's, we're coming into fall. Maybe we want to feel all cozy, so we'll put it on warm. I don't know. Sounds kind of stupid, but let's move along to bright. And this is the bright setting in the Vocaster Hub. What you think of that? How do you like it in comparison to what you've already heard with the filters in OBS? So what I'm going to do is, now that I've gone through those, I'm going to leave it on bright. Then I'm going to go over and I'm going to get real risky, and I'm going to turn on the 3-band EQ in OBS. So now you're listening to it in the bright setting on the Vocaster Hub with the 3-band EQ in the OBS filters. How does this sound? What do you think of this? I get the problem is this is a little overboard. You're starting to layer and layer and layer. Not something that I would normally do. I just want to do it for the hell of it and see how it sounds. So now we've got the bright setting in the Vocaster Hub. We've got the 3-band EQ turned on in OBS. Let's go ahead and turn on that Marvel EQ. And this is what it sounds like with the Marvel EQ, the enhancement turned on in OBS. And I am still on the brighter and bassy in OBS. So what do you think of this? Is this too much? I'm pretty sure it's too much. But there you have it. There's how you can compare the two. And this is just going to show you that if you, like, let's say you have an XLR microphone, but your XLR interface doesn't have the ability or doesn't have the software to do all this processing. Example, the Fifine SC1 does not have any of that. You can go into the filters with your XLR mic or a USB mic, and you can add that processing through the filters. And that's just one way of doing things. That's a workaround. It works well. So there you have it. Let me go ahead and turn some of this stuff off. And right now we're on the 3-band EQ and the brighter setting in the Vocaster Hub. I don't know, this was fun. It was a neat little thing for me to do, figuring out how to do all these screens and put it all together in OBS. Hopefully it was helpful for you as well. And that's all I've got. That's all I've got for today. And again, I am not a master of any trade. I am a jack of all trades, so to speak. I can do a little bit of everything. If you pay attention and follow along, so can you. So there you have it. There is a little bit of a workaround and a comparison between the filters in OBS and the enhancements in the Vocaster Hub. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I do plan to do some more of this tutorial type stuff. So if that's something that you're into, you might want to consider subscribing. That way you get notified every time I upload a video. So I appreciate you watching, and hopefully this is helpful for you. I will see you next time. What was I going to say? That is the question. I will, You still here? What are you doing?